Hey, how's it going? I'm back with another video. My name is Diana, aka Daisy Lovin', and today I'll be drawing Garo. More specifically, Garo Makai Senki. Let's get right into it. I've been wanting to post this for some time now, but with the cold weather, I kept getting sick and I couldn't record, and then I went to go visit my family, so things just kept getting pushed back. But I'm here now, and you guys, I can't believe we made it past 100 subscribers. To be exact, at the time of this recording, I think it's at about 120-ish. And oh my gosh, I have the biggest, goofiest smile on my face right now. You guys have no idea. I just really can't believe over 100 people found me and my drawings interesting enough to hit that subscribe button. Just from the bottom of my heart, really, really and truly, I appreciate every single one of you. I'm just so incredibly grateful, and I hope y'all will continue to stick around as my channel grows and, just have fun along the way. But yeah, thank you guys so much. You're all so wonderful. Moving on, as you all probably read from the title, this drawing is a special one. I got commissioned by my husband, Marco Satsu, to draw a thumbnail for his Garo video, which you can check out over on his channel. I'll put a link to that in the description. If you like tokusatsu and you haven't watched Garo, you're really missing out on some peak entertainment. I have zero doubts when I say that Garo is my absolute favorite show within Toku media. I still remember the first time I watched it. It was around a year and a half ago, give or take. And my husband and I were trying to find something to watch at night. I didn't really feel like watching Ultraman or Sentai. I wanted something different. I wanted something a little more catered towards adults, and that's when my husband brought up a show called Garo. At the time, I was extremely new to Toku, so I really didn't know anything about the show or what to even expect. But boy, was I in for a fun ride. Garo is very much a show geared towards adults, or at the very least, a show intended for a mature audience. It is a dark show, both in a figurative and literal sense. To briefly summarize it in a nutshell, it's a show where there are these warriors called Makai Knights, and for generations and generations, they, along with the Makai priests, have been secretly watching over and protecting humanity against these monster-like beings called horrors. The main protagonist of the show is a young man named Koga Saejima. Koga holds the title of Garo, and when he transforms, he dons this beautiful, very intricate golden armor, sort of reminiscent of a wolf. Koga takes his role as Garo very seriously, especially considering he inherited the role from his late father, but he's a noble man with a really good heart. In season 1, while he's out patrolling and looking for horrors to kill, he encounters the other protagonist, Kaoru, at an art museum, art gallery, one or the other. And while there, Koga defeats a horror, but Kaoru gets caught in the process and she's stained by the horror's blood. Now, the rule is that Kaoru needs to be killed or else she's gonna die slowly and painfully within the next 100 days or so, but as stated, Koga can't really bring himself to kill Kaoru, so for the rest of the show, Koga tries to find a way to save Kaoru and prevent her from dying, while also uncovering the mystery behind who killed his father, as well as preparing for this inevitable battle against this extremely powerful being known as the Messiah. In season 2, things get even better, and the lore is expanded upon even further. I don't even think I can summarize what happens without giving away spoilers, but what I can share is that essentially in season 2, Koga, along with the other Makai Knights, get cursed by this mysterious person in a red mask and cloak, and they need to find out who this guy is, what's his plan, and of course how to break the curse before, it's too late. This show has so much to offer, and I know my little summaries in a nutshell cannot do this show justice, but believe me when I say that Garo is a must watch if you're interested in Toku. The writing is so good. The watercolor scenes and fights are mesmerizing to watch. You can really see the passion put into the show. The acting is superb. It's really great. The suit designs are some of the coolest and most detailed I've seen yet. And yes, the CGI may not be at the same level as, you know, some shows that we see today in modern times, but considering season 1 came out in the early 2000s, I'd say it's actually pretty dang good for what they had back then. But yeah, so far, Garo is a 10 out of 10 in my heart. Now, moving on to the actual drawing itself, since this is a commission, I really went all in on this one. A lot of time and effort went into making this piece. I think in total it took a whole 2 weeks, maybe even 2.5 weeks, from concept to sketching to the line art and then finally coloring it and making my final renditions. I'm not going to lie, when I first started sketching, it was frustrating. I knew what I wanted in my head, right? I had the vision, but I just couldn't get my hands to draw it. I kept starting over and over and over, but I eventually, after a few days and a whole bunch of references, I finally had something I was satisfied with. Since this is for a thumbnail, I wanted something that would immediately let people know what the video is about. So of course I had to draw Garo, the Golden Knight, in that beautiful shiny armor. And on the other side, I decided to draw the mysterious red masked villain that appears in season 2. My inspiration actually came from the intro of Garo, which goes like this.
Where there is light, shadows lurk and fear reigns. Yet by the blade of nights, mankind was given hope.
The theme of the show is good versus evil, hope versus fear, light versus dark, and I really wanted to convey all of that with both of these characters standing side by side, facing opposite directions, and each of them having these opposing auras, one of them being a hopeful and brilliant glow, and the other being a more menacing and ominous green. Same with the moon, again having this beacon of light that shines in the night. I thought it would be very symbolic. By the way, this is my second time drawing artwork of Garo. I drew something a year ago, I want to say. Yeah, a year ago. And it was my first time ever drawing gold armor, and I think I definitely improved my skills since then. I have a much better grasp on color theory, shadows, lighting, and values compared to then. I also pushed myself to play around with the weight of the line art, kind of like how they do it in comics, where they go heavy on certain areas with the inking, as well as adding in texture to certain areas, like for example on the cloak, and making the wig feel more like a wig with those little flyaway strands of hair. I'm just so happy with how this commission turned out. It's for sure one of my best so far, at least I think it's one of my best so far. And despite the challenges that I had at the beginning, drawing this was a lot of fun, and I learned some new things from it. So with that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really hope you guys liked the drawing, and I hope you'll join me again for the next one. Bye!